Your eyes have fear at the sight of me, but your soul trusts me. You are yearning to embrace me. You wonder if you should fear me. Your soul cries out to love me. This, my child, is because you were created by me. My dark womb is the home of your soul. The essence of she who is all, the dark queen, absorbed into thee. Filled with magic, prophecy, ancient knowing. I have blessed you, my child. You are to serve me. I am Hekate, queen of witches. You have been chosen to walk in my service and honour me. Hello, magnificent ones. Welcome back to the Ruben Live and Healer channel. This is Hekate night. So this is just a little video in celebration of my patroness deity, Hekate. So Hekate has some lessons for us, lessons of witchcraft in the dark, and we will take a look at these through this video. So please stay tuned, and please feel free to hit that subscribe button and check out some of the other videos. I do have another video about Hekate devotion, so it's a pretty cool video. I did that last Hekate night, so please do check that out if you've not seen it already. Okay, so basically Hekate, I'll show you an image of Hekate. This is Hekate, or Hekate. There's a couple of pronunciations. So basically, who is this deity? Who is Hekate? So Hekate is the daughter of Astaria and Perses. So Astaria and Perses are Titan deities. So they're very old and powerful deities, and as is Hekate, their daughter. Okay. So basically, the main lesson that which is coming through today, or has been coming through to me for a while actually, but I think this is the best day to speak about it, because people are going to be more susceptible to it on the Feast of Hekate, which is Hekate night today. So basically, it's just a bit about dark bashing. When I say that, I'm not talking about race. I'm talking about people who will only accept the light. People who live by the love and light only quote. Okay. So basically, people who are doing that, there's so much more in the universe which you're going to miss out on, and you're not going to reach your own full potential if you're only just able to face the light, and if you're not able to transmute your own darkness and to heal yourself, heal the shadow. So this is what I'm talking about. So basically, I found this beautiful quote, and I'm going to read that to you. A seed neither fears light nor darkness, but uses both to grow. And we, my magnificent ones, we are the seeds. We need to use both the light and the dark. And when I say that, I'm not saying that you have to go around hexing people or cursing people, but I'm just saying you need to embrace both light deities and dark deities like Hekate. To be honest, Hekate is both. So she is a light deity and a dark deity, as she's Queen of Heaven and Queen of Hell, so she's a bit of a special one there. But I'm saying basically you need to, it's all good to fill yourself with light and to focus on the positive, but to only focus on that is to miss out on a lot of power, and it's all about duality and balance. So the whole universe, it's one of the laws of the universe that all things come in duality. So that includes us. So we are light, we are dark, we are yin, we are yang. So we've got masculine energy, we've got feminine energy. Every person, regardless of gender, every person has both of these duality energies. Okay. Okay, so next I've got another quote here. So this is very interesting. So I'm just going to get into this. Don't worry, not everything is quotes, but I came across a few of these things and I thought they'd be interesting for you viewing this video. So light comes when you do the work of transmuting that darkness within yourself. First, understanding and coming to terms with it. Most of all, true light workers don't talk most exclusively about light and fluffy things. They talk about the ignored and forgotten things, because by sharing their inner standing of the heavy, the painful, the dark, they bring light to where there was little to no light at all. And that is a quote from Cultivators of Thought. So that was a picture that I saw on social media. That is a very relevant quote. So don't worry if you didn't catch all of those words in there. I will post the picture so you in the community tab so you can read that fully yourself. Okay, so basically that quote is about toxic positivity and being over fluffy. So overly fluffy rather. Basically, when we're looking at Hekate, for example, or any dark goddess, just because they're a dark goddess doesn't mean they're evil and doesn't mean that they're destructive to us and to nature. Because they're a dark goddess, that does not mean that. When we're looking at soul categories, like every being, whether they're human, deity, angel, demon, everything isn't just so black and white. So there are deeper categories. So if you're looking at soul types, for example, you get evil light, evil dark, good light, and good dark. So Hekate, she would fall in the good dark category because she is a dark deity, but she isn't an evil one, and actually she would fall in good light as well. But saying that, a lot of these deities they do have many aspects. So Hekate, she probably does have an infernal. I know some practitioners do worship Hecate's infernal aspect because she is Queen of Hell. So that aspect may be evil, whatever that means. That aspect may be evil, dark, but when we're looking at the deity as a whole, she is not an evil deity. Just because there is one aspect, and that aspect is likely demonized, like when the church came in, they demonized the pagan deities. So if you look at Pan, they stole his form and gave it to their devil. And when it comes to deities such as Hekate, she's portrayed as some ugly old crone who's evil and wicked and just will cast a spell on you. That is what the church would have you believe. But that you couldn't be further from the truth. So my next point that I want to talk about is who are some deities who Hekate can be paired with. So because Hekate is she's a psychopomp, so she's a deity who can move into the in-between, and she often carries souls over into the ether, into the afterlife. So that is what a psychopomp is. She's also a light-bearing deity. So she has lots of aspects, to be fair. She's goddess of the earth, she's goddess of the underworld, she's goddess of heaven, as I mentioned. So on each of those aspects, or with each of those titles, she's going to have a pairing which will match to that. So for example, if we look at Hekate as a psychopomp, then the perfect pairing to go with that would be Hermes, because he too is a deity who travels in between the liminal places, just like Hekate. He can travel anywhere he wishes, just like Hekate, and he's practically the patron of travellers, just like Hekate. Okay, and another pairing for another aspect of Hekate. Hekate is queen of witches, mistress of magic. So the pairing that I use, or that I acknowledge the most, is the pairing with Hekate and Merlin, mistress of magic and master of magic, Merlin. So other people would attribute the master of magic or a perfect pairing with Hekate and Pan. I know some authorities in modern witchcraft will pair Hekate and Pan together as well. There's some people who would pair Hekate with Lucifer, so people who are exploring Hecate's infernal or darkest aspects. They would then maybe, saying that, I know Lucifer isn't just about darkness. I know Lucifer is a light bringer as well. So when I say that, but I just bear in mind that he is part of those satanic and infernal traditions, even though he may be a light bringer and even a fallen angel. So there is that pairing there. Also we have Zeus Janus, or Zeus and Janus. So Janus is a deity who faces two ways, so he's also in doorways. So when you look at the new year that we're coming up to, on New Year's Day, Janus is facing forward into the new year and facing backwards into the year that we're passing from. So he faces in both directions, Janus, and that's interesting because Hekate literally means she of three roads, or she who sees from afar. So basically, she is a deity who is often portrayed as facing in three different directions, or a triple aspected deity. So there's three of her, and each will face in a different direction. Okay. And another pairing would be with Hades as well. As Hekate is queen of the underworld, Hades is a king of the underworld, so she would be paired with him in that aspect. And speaking of light bringers as well, Apollo is a light bringer and a torch bearing deity, so he would also be paired with Hekate as well. Hekate is a triple aspected deity, and she's also put into a trinity with Diana or Artemis, who is Apollo's sister, twin sister to be exact. So, and the third person, or the third deity rather, she's not a person, not a human, much more than that. So the third deity in that trinity would be Selene as well, goddess of the moon. So there is many ways. So there's probably loads more deities who you could pair her with. So I know another deity of the liminal places and sort of messenger deity would be Eshu Elegua or Papalegba. So he would also be another deity who we could, or deity or spirit, because he's one of the 7 African powers. So he's another being who would be paired with Hekate because their energies are compatible. So speaking of which, I have a candle over here, but I'm going to burn myself if I try to pick it up. Let's see. So I made this candle here, so there's a sticker of Papalegba on one side, and then there is a sticker of Hekate on the other side. So yeah, in doing some ancestral healing with my sister, I made these candles, and I wanted to call upon Papalegba as he ties in with my ancestral bloodline, or not my bloodline specifically. When I say that, I mean my ancestors come from African descent, and my chosen patron is obviously Hekate, hence why because of the pairing and the likeness that they have, both being deities of the liminal places or spirits or beings who travel between the worlds and astral plane, etc. And they both hold the locks to the astral plane and to the other world as well. So they're the ones who either grant access to the ether or they can bar it as well. Okay, so they're some deities who you can combine and work together with Hekate. So the last thing that I want to mention here is a quote that I have from... Okay, so this is an ancient epithet. I can't even read my own writing, what I've written for the name, but this is an epithet. So I believe it's like an ancient Greek piece of literature, writing. So it says, leader of dogs, aspect, come giant Hekate, Dione's guard, of Persia, Bobo, Foray, dart shooter, unconquered, Lydian, the one untamed, sired nobly, torch-bearing guide, who bends down proud necks. Corey, hear you who've parted gates of steel unbreakable. O Artemis, who too were once protectress, mighty one, mistress who burst forth from the earth, dog leader all tamer, crossroad goddess, triple-headed bringer of light, august virgin, I call you form slayer, crafty, O infernal one, and many-formed, come Hekate, goddess of three ways, who with your fire-breathing phantoms have been allowed, dreaded roads and harsh enchantments. So I really liked that. So that is an ancient sort of invocation, or it's interesting because it does call upon the different aspects and epithets. So in that one it mentioned Hecate's infernal side, and it was also mentioning a few others as well. So I really found that an interesting one. So I'm going to wrap up this video here, I think. I did want to sing a little bit. Oh yeah, that was one of the other points that I was going to make. So basically, the lesson that Hekate wants us to be aware of is we need to basically marry the night. So just become closer to our shadow self and find the perfect balance. So I found it interesting, some of Lady Gaga's lyrics about, I'm gonna marry the night, I won't give up on my life, I'm a warrior queen, live passionately tonight. So basically she then goes on to say, I'm gonna marry the dark, I'm gonna make love to the stark, I'm a soldier to my own emptiness, I am a winner. So basically this sounds like she's finding her shadow self and she's doing the shadow work. That's what those lyrics say to me. So this is kind of the lesson that Hekate is bringing forward for us, to do the shadow work and to heal the darkness within ourselves. And don't be afraid of the dark, whether it be the darkness within or the darkness external to us, because Hekate is mistress of the light and the dark. Okay. So I also wanted to sing a little bit about the Ephesian letters, but I've not practiced singing that enough, so I will just speak the Ephesian letters. So, and I'll just give you a quick word about it, although you can check out the other video that I did about Hekate, because I'm sure I probably go into a bit more detail about the Ephesian letters. So the Ephesian letters there's some ancient writings which are paired with, they're often paired these days especially with the Dark Goddess, and modern followers of Hekate, we believe that these ancient words were written and they're directed at this goddess, the goddess Hekate. So basically the words are Aske, Kataske, Eron, Orion, Ior, Mega, Samnur, Bowie, Verbantia, Semne. So they're magical words, and followers of Hekate, we use these words. They can be used to commune or to attune to Hecate's energies. That they can be used as an invocation, so they can be used for protection. So those are the Ephesian letter words, and I want to work on making them into a song, but I'm not gonna mess that up. So I'm gonna take a bit more time to come up with something tuneful to sing with those Ephesian letters. But yeah, stay tuned for that. And this is my video, so I'm gonna leave it here. I know it has been kind of, I bet it's longer than I was expecting. But yeah, Hekate is a beautiful goddess. I've been a devotee for quite some time. I think it's coming up to about, I think it's about 16 years now. So it's quite a long time. But yeah, she's an awesome goddess to work with. Very powerful and a very rewarding deity. Okay. So I'm going to quickly come round and I will show you my altar. Okay, so this is my altar. If you can see. Ooh. It's a bit dark in here. Oh. Okay. So I just got a new statue. I got these statues today. You can't see it very well because it's a bit dark. But that's Merlin at the back there. And then there's Hekate at the front here. And then there's a new Hekate statue that I got today. There you can see she's holding a torch. And there's two dogs at her side. And then there's another image by Georgy Mishev. So he also drew the image which I was showing you earlier on today. And then there's the other Nemesis Now statue here of Hekate. There's a wolf. There's my Orgonite dragons, which I've created. There's a bit of patchouli here. Dried patchouli. And there's a fake snake here as well. So yeah, this is my altar to the goddess. Oh, it's my witchcraft altar, so it's mainly got stuff which I put on here to please Hekate. There's some more stuff underneath it. So there's the hagstone, but you've seen most of this stuff before, so yeah, this is my altar. So, okay, so I'm just going to say goodbye. So, thank you for tuning in, and brightest blessings and namaste, and I will see you next time. Thank you.